Hi, these are the homework solutions for 6.9 Day 1 homework. My guess is that if you had issues here, it was in the setup. So I'm going to go ahead and go through the setup. And if you had issues with the calculator, then you're going to have to email me and we'll try and go from there. I was going to say something else and I forgot. I don't remember what it was. Oh, now I remember. Please, you should have this homework done before you're looking at this video. Please don't copy everything. You're not going to learn anything that way except to learn how to copy. You should have this video done ahead of time. Then you can not this video done, that was silly. Have your homework done ahead of time. Then you can fast forward through the video to the particular problems that you need help on, and you don't have to watch the whole thing. All right, D is right here. Sine of D, sine is opposite over hypotenuse, so that would be 5 over 13. Cosine of D is adjacent over hypotenuse, so 12 over 13. Tangent of D is opposite over adjacent, so 5 over 12. From F, sine is opposite over hypotenuse, 12 over 13. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, 5 over 13. And tangent, opposite over adjacent, 12 over 5. For number 2, starting at angle A, sine, opposite over hypotenuse, 4 over 5. Cosine, from angle A, adjacent over hypotenuse, so 3 over 5. Tangent, opposite over adjacent, from A, opposite over adjacent, 4 over 3. From B, sine is opposite over hypotenuse, 3 over 5. Cosine from B is adjacent over hypotenuse. Tangent, opposite over adjacent. For this triangle, from T, sine is opposite over hypotenuse, 7 over 14, which simplifies to be 1/2. Yes, you should simplify fractions. Cosine of T is adjacent over hypotenuse, 7 square root 3 over 14 does simplify to be square root 3 over 2. And tangent of T, opposite over adjacent, is 7 over 7 square root 3. 7's cancel, and we have 1 over square root 3, but we have to rationalize, which will give us square root 3 over square root 9, which is 3. For I, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, so that would be 7 over 14, which is 1/2. Sine of I, opposite over hypotenuse, and tangent of I, opposite over adjacent, which ends up being just a square root 3 here. Okay? And again, down here on these guys, I think most of the issues usually is the setting these up. So I'm going to set them up. I'm not going to show you typing them up into the calculator. If you have calculator issues, then please send me an email. Let's see. From the 37, there's opposite, and that 18 is adjacent. That's tangent. Tangent of 37 is the opposite side, x over 18. So x is 18 tangent 37. For number 5, from the 51, that x is adjacent. The 46.1 is opposite. That's a opposite adjacent. That's tangent. Tangent of 51 is opposite over the adjacent x. And remember we said if the x is on the bottom, you can just swap those two. So we have x is 46.1 divided by tangent 51. Number 6, from this 55, opposite and hypotenuse, that's a sine. Sine of 55 is opposite x over 9. Multiply by 9, x is 9 sine 55. Number 7, from that 35. Now it gets tricky here because the triangle's sitting on its hypotenuse, so x is the hypotenuse. It is 12.4, that's the adjacent. So that's cosine. Cosine of 35 is adjacent, 12.4 over the hypotenuse, x. Swap these guys. 12.4 divided by cosine of 35. Number 8. Let's see, from the 30, that's opposite and hypotenuse, sine. Sine of 30 degrees is opposite over hypotenuse, 4 over x. You can swap these guys. X is 4 divided by the sine of 30 degrees. Number 9, adjacent and hypotenuse, that's cosine. Adjacent side's a leg right next to it, that's x over 16. Now we don't swap these because the x is on the top, so we're just going to multiply by 16. 16 cosine 50. Okay, next page. Number 10 from the 28. Here's opposite, and that x is the adjacent side. That's tangent. 12 over x. Swap because the x is in the bottom. X is 12 divided by tangent 28. Let's see, from this 10, there's adjacent, here's hypotenuse, that's cosine, adjacent over hypotenuse, multiply by 37, number 12, this 57, there's adjacent and hypotenuse, that's cosine again. Cosine 57 is the adjacent side over the hypotenuse. Multiply by 23.4. (13) 14, that's adjacent and hypotenuse. Oh my goodness, another cosine. Adjacent hypotenuse. Cosine of 14 degrees is 7 over x. Swap these guys. X is 7 divided by cosine 14. From this 49, opposite and adjacent, that's a tangent. X over 7. Multiply by 7. X is 7 tangent 49. From this 45, here's opposite and hypotenuse. That's sine. Opposite, 3 over x, opposite over hypotenuse, so x is 3 divided by the sine of 45. Down here, 2 degrees, let's see, there's opposite and adjacent, that's a tangent. Tangent of 2 is x over 19.3. So x is 19.3. Tangent 2 degrees. Number 17, opposite and hypotenuse, that's a sine. X over 10.3. So x is 10.3 sine 20. Number 18, from 30, that's opposite and adjacent, that's a tangent. Tangent of 30 is 4 over x. X is 4 over tangent 30. Okay, I know I went through that kind of quick. Hopefully that helped with the setup. If I happen to make a mistake, please send me an email so I know I made a mistake. I don't think I did, but you know I'm going kind of fast. So anyway, hope that helped. Again, if you have any issues, please send me an email. Thanks.